Welcome once again mga practitioners, especially for all the practitioners of Dugukan and the different parts of the country, including outside the country. So good morning, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon everybody sa tanang mga practitioners sa Dugukan in the country and to all the friends, brothers, and sisters following the holistic art of Dugukan worldwide. I would say worldwide kay daman ta mga friends from outside the country also interested in the activities. So good day everyone. As I am waiting for the rest brothers and sisters practitioners of Dugukan to online. So ako lang sa gamiton na itong oras karon sa tuang greeting sa tanang mga practitioners of Dugukan joining now with us. Also from India watching us, Maribik, Anagha, and welcome once again. Good day, good afternoon for everybody. Kay Mat Marjorie, Mat Ancherel, and kanidaghan pa gyud atong review ning uban si Abtik Irish Julian, Abtik Irish Liboron chapter. Okay, good afternoon GM. Grateful to see you again. Yes, I'm so grateful too to see you again. To see you again, Maribik. And Abtik Irish, hello, hi GM. We are here watching you Lebanon chapter with my brothers and sisters and kids. Okay, good afternoon to everyone there. Muju, Ju, Atik Ju also is watching. Good afternoon, Ju, and everybody. This is good because, as I said, that I am going to talk about Watch a Divine Revelation or the holistic art of Dugukan. By this time, this is very important for everybody, and in this way we can help our brothers and sisters in this way. So enlightenment, so this is divine illumination. Is holistic art by this time. Welcome sa tanang gyud, sa tanan nga mga joining in this conference. Another thing, our conference, because each year we have general conference for the group. It is on first Saturday and Sunday of May. So every the month of May we will be having our general conference for the group. But because the quarantine enhancement is extended until May 15, so we cannot personally have our gathering in our site on May 1st, Saturday, Sunday of May. So what we are going to do is we still have conference but online conference. So I will just announce the program of our conference on coming May 1st, Saturday, Sunday. What's that date? May 1st, Saturday and Sunday?
May 2 and 3.
So 2 and 3. So on May 2 and 3, supposedly our conference will be held at our site in Karkar, City, Cebu.
3 days from now.
A few days from now, because we are now already in almost what's the date today? 28. So we are now April 28. So few days from now we'll be having our conference in the site, but because there is enhancement quarantine, so we cannot post through our conference personally. We're actual visit or staying in our site in Karkar, but we still have our conference live broadcast because we cannot postpone or we cannot postpone or delay our conference because that conference is pertaining to the spiritual or inner activation. So, meaning it is spiritual exercise. But although we cannot have our gatherings in our site, we still have to do our conference here live broadcast. Anyway, mostly important in their conference is the important message that we should gather all together for the guidance, for the divine connections we are going to receive from the bridging of divine radiance of the Most High. So I would say ingana ang ato ang paagi, but then I choose to speak in English because in English everybody can understand, and if I talk Cebuano, so a little bit there is a little bit kay dili man makasabot ang tanan o not everyone can understand Cebuano or Bisaya. So we are vernacular, but more of this conference would be I'll use English or Tagalog. So everybody, welcome. Jemaisa Restauro, Mayet Noynay, welcome. And later on, we will proceed to the lesson of Dugukan. I am going to discuss part of the book because I think it should be nicer when I would discuss the contents of the book 1, so that direct from my explanation, what would I mean about the message of there written in the book of Dugukan. And if we have time, so during our live conference here at Facebook, so when there is release, so meaning when there is release lesson that we are going to talk, okay, we have to do it right here, especially during the conference. During the conference, okay, we'll talk about lesson. Anyway, this is different by this time because esoteric is revealed to the few but hidden to the many. So there is a procedure we can share, especially for the divine healing technique or self-healing. Okay, welcome also Brad Edwin from Lebanon chapter, also watching, joining with us. And of course, his family, everybody, tanan, maayong adlaw diha. Bro, manang maayo kayo nga karon aning ato ang panagkiskot-kiskot. Also, Matangani is out of the country by this time, also joining with us. Okay, maayong adlaw diha do. Good afternoon, good day to you. And Generous also, and Haliging Bololakaw from Manila chapter. And yeah, and Generous, Haliging Yoyoy, Aptek Imari, Aigmat Imari Cabardo, and Tiffany Sandag. So anyway, although in this way, still we can have our communication. Although lang we cannot have interaction, lahi jud og naagyuta personally, tubang yuta, then we have illustration of our relation if it is needed. But in some other way, we can still do our lessons, as I said. So here in Cebu, we are here in Cebu City. So still we are having in quarantine enhancement. So parang kining quarantine enhancement ngod mura gud pwede siya lockdown yun siya mo nang on my right side dire sa tuo nga side karsada ni siya because madungog ninyo ang tingog sa mga sakyanan nga mangagi, and makita po ninyo nga na mga sakyanan nga mangagi, makita kay glass man nga to ang bongbong, so makita na itong mga sakyanan, madungog ninyo ang tingog sa mga sakyanan. So ingaw kayo ng karsada sa gawas na ay mga tao, pipila lang ka mga tao naglakaw-lakaw. And it's good because by this time, wala pa man mo minus ang kaso sa mga na-infected sa virus. So, dili pa maayo ang dagan. Kay nangako lang ani nga mga panghinaot nga dili na ma-postpone ang ato ang pagka-enhancement quarantine kay kung ma-postpone mo daghan kay tag mga supposedly we can go visit the places where we will be having our important activities, but by this time we cannot do it because of this problem. So that's why ang mga tao lang, as I said, when oral people are having inner cultivation, so 99% to 100% they are not infected with negative energies or viruses because the immune system is powerful much more. The spiritual side is powerful, more than enough to suppress all kinds of virus and negative energies that would try to test your health. So, good from Haliging Bulanakaw, Manila chapter. Good afternoon, GM. We are watching Dubucan, Manila chapter headquarters. Okay, nice and good afternoon for everyone there in Manila. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat dyan, mga kapatid. Mga kapatid sa Holistic Art, pag marami na tayo sa Holistic Art, so maganda yan. Kasi positive vibrations, we will be having positive vibration, you united into a giant positive vibration and can cause the big difference in our surroundings, even for the entire planet. So parang, ang laki namang tiningnan natin, no? Para sa entire planet. Then we're just very few by this time. I would say very few compared to the more than 7 billion or 8 billion around the world, people around the world. So, parang konti lang tayo ngayon. But when the people are awakened, they can expand spiritual consciousness and we can discern our oneness with all. So, maging marami-rami na. We can leverage the numbers of positive people, positive vibrations, people having good outlook in life towards spirituality, inner cultivation. So everyone is blissful so long as we are going to see life in the positive way. Okay, from generous at ungenerous. Ini si Mat Generous ko ano siya, teacher na siya. Principal naman siguro ni si Matan, Generous. Hello GM, we are very much excited to see you live every 4 p.m. We are watching here sa atong Karatan chapter. Okay, good afternoon, Matan. Good afternoon. I'm also excited to perceive everyone joining, and I perceive there are guys also joining on this conference, and some of those guys they are new because we can perceive mga bagong mga energies coming from mga bagong mga tao na they are joining in this conference. So again, for our upcoming conference few days from now, because we are now 28 April 28 na ngayon. So ang conference natin is first Saturday araw na lang ngayon. Mga ilang araw ba haligi? Eda? 3. Tatlong araw na lang ngayon. Conference na natin. But hindi man tayo makapunta sa site natin because of the lockdown. So, mag-conference din tayo. Tuloy-tuloy itong mga activities sa spiritual. Walang lockdown sa mga exercises sa Bridging Light of the Most High. So, although we are far, but still we are closer in this way. So, we are going to launch our conference, but not in our site, in our home. Diyan lang kayo sa mga bahay ninyo. Ganito lang gagawin natin. We will be having online broadcast at that time. So, ngayon, alas 4 lang tayo, pero during the conference, I'll give the program, siguro baka bukas, or ano sa next other day nandito na yung program natin, ipagawa ko nila ni Halege Roslen yung program para ma-posting natin. So be guided lang later on kung ano yung mga program exercises natin during the conference. Usually during the conference, mayroon pa tayong light chip initiation. So later on, that is part of our discussion. Anong mga dapat natin na malaman doon sa light chip initiation. But ngayon muna, later on I will discuss it because it's there included in the book. So ngayon lang in this conference, online tayo lahat. Online, then we have to review lessons and if there is possible release, so I'll just change it. I'll ask Halege or any one of the group here na ma-send para sa mga practitioners, i-send na lang sa iyo personally through email yung mga important na mga kailangang malaman natin tungkol sa ating mga activities. So in this way we can still go forward in our activities, and in fact it's good because as I perceive the energy is expanding. Ano ba ito? Hello, also joining with us Pamela, Angel, Iris, hello. Okay, si Melanie also joining with us, watching. Mayong hapon diha Melanie, and nice to see you here. Sa tanan mga nag-abot-abot ning mga ni-join sa atong conference. So Haliging Bulalaka, we're just finished from our activity together with some of our practitioners. Okay, that's good. Okay, we will not forget lang yung social distancing natin kay yung itong mga guidance natin ngayon from the government. We should have social distancing. Okay, that's why dito grabing social distancing dito. Hindi lang 2 metros, 5 metros. So kailangan lakihan mo yung boses para marinig. We will abide what is the procedure. Para ito malutas, we can ma-solve na yung problem natin. Sino pa ba ito? So si saan ako pagbasa ha?
Corsini.
Si Corsini Deng Lasha also joining with us, watching. Okay, mayong adlaw. Gilbert, mayong adlaw ni mo diha do. Gilbert Chator, good PM JM. Good PM once again. JM, okay, good PM siya do. Nice to see you. Live broadcast JM, watching from Mindanao, Maguindanao. Parang Maguindanao. Malayo gyud din sa Maguindanao. Ang atong mga kaigsuunan tuwa sa mga lagyo, pero mayo na karon kay bisag tuwa sa layo, doon na lang kaayo ta. We are closer because of by our oneness with all. We are closer, and even in fact there is a lesson. Our lesson, you can, regardless of space, regardless of time, we can perceive our energy, we can perceive our connectivity. So that's why I can perceive your energy. You can even touch also my energy, because that is how energy will work. We can touch the energy the way we can perceive energy. So it means to say we can touch the energy, just like having shake hands. So when you have your shake hands with your friends, brothers and sisters, so you can perceive the warmth of the energy. The same, regardless of far distance, but still we can perceive the energy. So we're having our connectivity even we are far. From Divini, Sator, Alejandro, Sato, so si Jening. So Divini, Sator, hello Jim. We're watching you from Karaatan chapter. Thank you so much sa lesson. We feel the presence of the strong energy. Okay, that's good. The energy is enhanced as we have this enhanced quarantine. So you see the advantage. If without the enhanced quarantine, we will not be having this conference. So a blessing in disguise. And people are having threatened with the harm of the virus, COVID-19, but we are not threatened with the harm of virus, as I said. If we want to solve the problem of this kind of negative energy, we must resort into holistic art because, and that is, we are the living evidence of that. None any one of the practitioner of inner cultivation in Duokan is infected with the virus. Why? Because as I said, our immune system is powerful and our soul also is powerful. The holistic art, when you want to have a healthy body, you must first resort into giving substantive energy, giving substantive food for your soul. Because if you have powerful energy body, likewise every cell on your physical body, every cell in our physical body is powerful. So our immune system also is very powerful. Also, Anne is watching with us, joining with us, and glad to see you, Anne, from Bethlehem Paradise Resort. As you know, Bethlehem Paradise Resort in Tabuilan, Marabilla, Tabuilan is a very beautiful place. So that's why I miss also the place. And every night and early morning, there is Angel's Contacts and Connection there done by Anne Uka Yazuda. So she is the owner of the resort. So very nice. So if you like to go to Boracay, then you cannot go to Boracay. So you just go to Maravilla and stay there in Bethlehem Paradise Resort. This place is very nice. Then you can do your angels contacts and connection there. So it is a holistic art, and there is holistic art in the place. Very beautiful. Good afternoon, GM. Watching from Saint Anne Chapel, Maravilla. Okay, nice. I can. It's good. There is also there is so much there in Tabuilan that we could like maraming mga magaganda doon. So that's why mga practitioners of the Bukan, pag makapunta kayo dito sa Pilipinas, pag makapunta kayo dito sa site natin. So maraming mga sites tayo dito sa country na we're having our activities, and we can have that activities because it's high frequency. Isa na dito ang yung Bethlehem Paradise Resort. Very nice. So mayroong mga mga questions kapo na hindi ko nasagot. I will try my best to to give you answers today. Yes, GM, everybody's welcome to join. Yes, of course, everybody's welcome to join from Anne. Anya, kan Divine Shutter Hill. Okay, nabasa ko na itong kang Divine Shutter. Aliging kang Matan Arthur. Mayong hapon diha, Matan. Good afternoon, GM, watching again at Karatan chapter. Just done our daily lesson, internal exercise and meditation. We do exercise with proper social distancing. Yeah, that's good. Okay, we are the best example for the rest, brothers and sisters, especially for those people nga mga medyo sinanggo. They don't have powerful shielding, pero vulnerable kayo sa virus. Kanang virus karon, asol yun siya. That's because if you do not take good care of your health, you will not follow the procedure. Yung iba nga doon lang sa loob ng bahay na infected, how much more pag you keep going outside. So that's why instead of going outside, doon lang sa mga kapitbahay, magchika-chika, walang substantive na walang parang mga wali lang maayong mga istorya ba, kanang wala ba klarong purpose. Mas maayo, mas mabuti pag doon na lang kayo sa bahay ninyo. You do your inner cultivation para malayo sa mga danger ngayon. As I said, negative energies are lingering now in the surroundings without powerful shielding. You might be one of the victims of those negative energies. Ito from a message from Ishagani. Good day, GM. Ako gi-invite akong kauban na German siguro naa siya ay mga pangutana pero dili kaayo ko ka-explain. They are planning to have a vacation in the Philippines together with her girlfriend this coming December. Maybe they are going to visit our site. Okay, that's good. Welcome. Okay, mas it's good. Mas mayo po do. Anyway, our site is welcome for everybody and hoping to see those friends of you in our site someday. Anya, ngani ang ato ang kaymuan sa pagkakaroon. Again, sa conference, ang conference na to tomorrow or the next day, ihatag na ko sa inyo ang program or I'll ask Haliging Restaurant to post it on her page. Just look at on her page to be guided on the program for our conference. So you see the advantage while we're having here online through social media, so we can still connect with each other, and the system also of our cultivation could be done online. So if we are now in the high technology level of activation or acceleration of energies, acceleration of consciousness in the planet, so the spiritual consciousness as well is accelerating higher. So we should have the equilibrium. The secret of good health, the secret of good lucks is by having balance. So we can balance the energy activation, which is expanding day by day, because as the planet is on its process of activation of higher connection for its ascension, so the energy is ever changing. There is transition every day, and we should adapt that transition so we can align the energy. And the disadvantage if we cannot align the energy, so we can experience the negative outcome because of the energy imbalance. So this is also the reason why we should do inner cultivation. So today we are we are in the usual exercise early morning before the sun will rise early morning. So we will do art of life. Then after that, we have to eat the usual food, mamahaw, then breakfast, then after that, dinner. Then 12 midnight, we open again the inner cultivation using the modality of water. Okay, so okay, that's good do. Igmat, amatan, gani, invite during art of life. Uh, during art of life, so invite them during art of life ang mga fans so that they can experience also perceiving the energy, because it's different when you do your art of life. Join online drill, you can really perceive the energy, the difference of the energy. Okay, from Marika Bardo, Igmat Marie, good day GM. Happy to see you live. Again, we are watching here at Cebu Hilot, Gurodo chapter during art of live. Kagahapon, naka-feel ko init kaayo sa ako ang likod. Unsay buot ipasabot ato GM. Okay, sa tanan mga taga Cebu Hilot specialist. When talking about hilot, so Cebu Hilot, mga expert ni sila sa hilot, mayo ni sila kayo sa hilot because ang ilang training eskwela man gyud ni sila dito sa ato ang training center. So they are inner cultivator, nag-cultivate sila ng energy. So that's good igmat sabot ana nga you are perceiving the energies in the surroundings. Okay, as I said today, especially during online drill of art of life, there is bridging of divine radiance. So bridging of divine radiance, the supreme superlight angels are sending divine connection for everyone joining the exercise. So it's important to do the exercise. Mere presence of your physical body in the site wherein there is online drill or online exercise of art of life is already an activation of your divine connection. So activation of your divine connection, it means to say opening, opening of your divine connections, because much of the energy that we have inherent in the body, which are powerful energies, are dormant. So meaning dormant, they are sleeping. They're just sleeping and waiting for a time they are awakened. So if we want to activate those internal energies that we have, of course, we need to have a precise procedure. What are the precise procedure to activate your internal energies? Of course, breathing exercise. There are so many systems of breathing exercise. When you learn Angel's Contacts on Question or Art of Life, every day you are enhancing the different system of breathing, because every system of breathing, and depending upon your profile of your physical ability, depending upon the status of your physical, the way you breathe, then improve until you can get the proper breathing that will fit to you. Or at your solar center, release energy. Okay, you have also to release energy. So when you perceive the energy, you have also to connect to the advanced divine connection, cosmic force, then bring the energy at your all connected bodies. So insulating the powerful energy from the Most High to insulate your energy bodies. And with that, doing that every day, so will accelerate, will trigger those dormant energies within, causing those energies to be activated. And the muscle also is powerful. The muscle is powerful because stronger energies will need also powerful muscle. But then what if there is powerful energy, then your muscle is not flexible enough, is not ready to perceive, is not ready to receive that kind of. This is, it cannot reach, it cannot reach within. So hindi siya matanggap sa katawan. So pag hindi siya matanggap sa katawan, so it's useless. You cannot perceive the energy. That's why many people would say, I could not perceive energy. Then other people are perceiving positive energy, stronger energy, but there is people who cannot perceive it even a little bit. Even a little bit, they cannot perceive that energy. Why? Because their energy centers or psychic centers are closed. They are closed. So that's why it needs to be triggered, and it needs to be guided on the process of its activation for safety reason. For safety reason. Okay, joining also is Happy Lucky. This is nice. Good day, Happy Lucky. Very nice. And Juan also is watching in the now chapter. Okay, welcome everyone. Then Cherilyn, Dai, yung hapon dai, glad I perceive your energy. Lebron chapter. So, yeah, although we're just talking like this, but we can get information out of this. So Jordan also is watching. Good day. And everyone that would like to join is welcome. And again, a reminder, watch for the for the posting of the program, for our program on this coming 2 to 3 May. Mga tatlong araw from now. Mga tatlong araw. Ikan karon, so we will be having our conference, but we will do our conference at home. You'll just imagine we can do our conference. You are just staying in your home and joining, watching this broadcast, because we cannot do any other. We don't have any other choice. because of the nation's problem is facing today. So we'll just do in this online broadcast. Anyway, I'm looking forward where we are going to do our conference, because if there is illustrations for the angels contact and connection, art of life or lessons, we can still perform. For example, the because every conference that we have it at our side, there is always angels contact and connection collective exercise, but we cannot do it because we cannot go there in our side, and you cannot also go our side, visit our side, because of this lockdown. So instead of doing it in our side, we will just do it at home. All you have to do is to follow or be guided on the program that we have. I will ask one of Aliging Roslyn to post it on her Facebook and be guided with the program. We shall have our lesson. Di man tayo ma-blockan ng mga ganitong klaseng sistema, because advanced spiritual is advanced. So this is a way how we are going to use also our wisdom. That's why in life we must be guided by the light of the Most High. We must have wisdom. Without wisdom, it's difficult to survive the trials of time in this coming days in the planet. Even in fact, after this lockdown, how many people don't have job anymore because they lost their job, and they want to, and when they get back, they cannot get back easily to normal routine because they lost their job. So they need to apply again for a job. And even in fact, our center also in Cebu Hilot, we are closed because all the wellness center by this time is also closed. You just imagine. But it's okay for us because, as I said, we can survive whatever trials of time as we are in the inner cultivation. This is the advantage. If you are in the inner cultivation, you can survive because you can survive by learning, by taking the essences of nature. This is one thing that the people should learn, learning how to survive by the essences of nature. And without learning that, life is very vulnerable. From Julian also, okay, a marvelous day to you, Jim. Yes, what a marvelous day, Igmat, Julian. Okay, what a marvelous day, because we are here gathering together in this live broadcast. Regarding holistic art, is this an art that has lessons that can fulfill life's noble purpose? Of course, that's it. That's why I said, if you want to ask your life, what is your noble purpose in life? We could easily say we have purpose, we have reason why we are incarnating life on earth. So it depends on your realization. It depends on your soul realization. So if you have higher soul realization, so the noble purpose is you must ascend life from minor dimension into higher dimension, so that you will have your oneness with the Most High. But in the process of this ascension noble purpose, what way we can ascend life from minor dimension into higher dimension? So that's the point. We should learn what are the things that we should do so that we can ascend life into higher dimension. So what are the things that we should do so that we can ascend life into higher dimension? So in religious term, we could have salvation of life or eternal life. So that is the point why a soul has to incarnate life in the planet, because he has to find eternal life or eternal salvation. So eternal salvation is something like immortality. In shortcut, it is a search for immortality. So that's why there are so many lessons given for that. But none anyone could testify that he has been there already in the eternity life and then get back and tell you the story about eternity life. So that's why this is part of inner discovery. So in in this way, we'll just begin with the basic, how we are going to ascend our life, of course, and what are the purpose of incarnating life in the planet so that we can fulfill the needs of our soul. So by this time, we need to respond our inner cooling. So by this time, everyone has an inner cooling. So what is that inner cooling? So we are very certain for our inner cooling. Spiritual cooling. The spiritual cooling by this time is help the healing of life. Help the healing of nature. Okay, again, help the healing of life. Help the healing of nature. Why? Why we should now being called by our inner side to help the healing of nature, to help the healing of life? Because this is the time, the near end of time wherein there is transformation of the energy. As I said, the planet is on its process of awakening for higher consciousness, and it's ongoing process wherein people that cannot align this higher vibrational frequency, people that cannot align the ever-changing day to day or from time to time transition will feel energy imbalance. And what does it mean if you have energy imbalance? So it means illness, depression, bad lucks. So remember, if you have energy imbalance, so it means illness, depression, disorder, bad lucks, and all those negatives. So therefore, there is a need for healing by this time, and everyone's divine calling by this time is to help the healing of life, the healing of nature, because we cannot separate life with nature. In our goal, we cannot really fulfill our divine mission without resorting into the light of wisdom. Because why? Human understanding cannot discern spiritual things. It's only by having wisdom that we can see the deeper side, the deeper meaning of our lives. We can walk our lives by the light of wisdom so that we will be guided for the things that will really matter in our life. Without doing so, we are misled. We will be misled the point, and we will be wondering why I'm doing the things, I'm doing the right thing. I eat the right food. I have a good diet. I have good exercise. But why I am by what? But why I am infected with a virus? And that is because we don't have powerful shielding. So this is my point. Why, if people are looking for the best solution of the virus, the best solution for the virus is make yourself powerful within. Make yourself immune with that kind of energy, not by having that kind of negative energy, but enhance your internal energy. Because the muscle energy is not enough. The physical body's energy is not enough. Your physical body's energy, more of that energy, 50% or to 60% of that energy comes from the food that you eat. Nutrients, minerals, vitamins, proteins. So, the energy that we need now by this time is spiritual energy to be merged with the powerful energies in the physical body. That's why there is a need to transform our physical body's energy into a stronger spiritual energy by doing inner cultivation. So, we practice martial arts. So, for example, and it's not only martial arts that you can develop your muscle energy. You do your bodybuilding. Early morning, you go jogging, walking, weights, and any of those external system of exercises that can develop your muscle, that can develop the systems of your body. But how strong when it comes of activation of your internal energy? So it means to say it is a very soft movement. Control your mind. Control your breathing. So the way you can control your breathing, you can control your muscle. And thoughts follows energy. So connect your consciousness with the consciousness of the higher self. So what does it mean, higher self? Okay, cell is acronym. C is consciousness. E is energy, then light and life. So consciousness, energy, light, life. So we are in the human physical body, comprising of subtler connected bodies. So we have consciousness. Our consciousness have energy, have light and life. So we are still cell in the physical body. So we are a soul in the physical body, in the vehicle of the physical body. And the cosmos is universal consciousness. So how we are going to connect our minor frequency with the higher frequency of the cosmos? And then how are we going to connect our frequency, which is already activated with the higher consciousness of the beyond cosmos? So merge all together all those energies. And it is an art and science. So that's why by this time it is an education how we are going to uplift our spiritual energy, how we are going to boost the true meaning of our powerful system, powerful body, but not to commit negative, but to help the healing of life and nature. So if people would like to ask, what is our solution for this problem? By this time we are having this problem threat of our lives because of the virus. Okay, as I said, make your body powerful against viruses. And how you can do that? It is by resorting on your most powerful foundation in life. So what's your most powerful foundation in life? Okay, what's your Dugukan script? I am the spirit of Dugukan, foundation of knowledge and wisdom. So you must have knowledge, you must have the wisdom. Why you must have the knowledge, why you must have the wisdom, so that you will know what things are right that will really matter in your life. You will be guided with the right truth, and the truth shall set you free. But if you rely on the things which you do not know yet, and you think you would say that it's mundane because you are circulating your belief in the mundane side of truth, meaning in the material side. The material side is not the most powerful foundation in life. The material is mundane, it is temporary. So that's why if you are having an illness, then you have your maintenance. It means to say you are not cured with your maintenance, because from the word maintenance, it is intended to minimize. It is not intended to heal you. So you would have the vaccine. The vaccine is not intended to heal you. It is intended to minimize. But it is good unless we have that vaccine. But I am not encouraging everyone in that alone, in that module alone, but I'm encouraging everyone to go deeper, spiritual discovery, do your inner cultivation, because as I said, the most powerful healing that is God's very own physician is nature itself. By nature itself, nature is the best physician. But we lack of that education, how we are going to use the vital essences of nature. But we are not left behind, because other people in some parts of the world are having that system, are having that knowledge. They are relying already in the vital essences of nature. That's why they can survive, and they are not easily infected with whatever kind of viruses. So the truth, the thing that I'm not talking about is not we alone are doing this, but also some people in the world are already doing that. So it means to say that this is not a hoax. This is not based on belief, because it is already done by many people, but not the entire people are doing this. They're doing that system, vital essence of nature. But now here comes the point in time. The holistic art of Dukan, the bridging light of the divine regions of the Most High, are making it practical and simple. So meaning if you want to do your inner cultivation, you'll just do inner cultivation, do angels contacts and connection, because there are many ways how you are going to do your inner cultivation, but some of those system when you are going to apply to have your inner cultivation could be a big hassle sometimes because of the movements are difficult to perform. Whereas now, because of the bridging of the Most High, the angels of the Supreme Light would like to help the people on their divine illumination and giving us divine support so that we could survive and we will be guided on the coming even more difficult times that the people shall experience in the entire planet. So we are given the divine guidance how to arrange our lives for that preparation, and the lessons are practical and simple. So it is not much difficult to learn. It is not much too difficult to learn because other system, for example, there are systems that will take you a good numbers of years, let's say 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 80 years, or it will take the rest of your life to cultivate and to get each each higher cultivation, higher level. So it means to say you cannot master it in a very short period of time, but this time is different because from the word activation, we are inner cultivation, and the system that we are doing is activation of your powerful energies within. So meaning, if you are an incarnated soul and reincarnated how many times in the mortal physical, so there are so many lessons already you have mastered in your previous life, wherein by this time you only need to activate those informations, because those informations of lessons and masterpiece you have had done in your previous lives, those informations are already there in your within. So you need to activate it. Then at the time you can activate it. So that's it. You have that already. You have that competency in you, meaning you can do it. We'll just take for example, people are asking where did I learn the art of life 172? Where did I learn the lessons, the martial arts of Tugukan? So I learned it during the time that my physical body is sleeping. And I remember all those things. I have done that before. So if I was able to do that and I could able to do it, there is no reason also that you cannot do it. Everyone can do it. Everybody can do it. You only need to discover your book of life, the living book of life. So where is that living book of life? So that is a good question. Where is that living book of life? Because we keep talking about living book of life, but we do not know where is that living book of life. Okay, the living book of life is within you. And there is another thing. Where is that within you? The within you. So you are your physical body in this dimension. But within you is your soul body. And outside you is again your soul body. So that's why you have your auric force. And that is the indicator of your soul. And within the soul, another within the soul is your cell, is your spirit. So when you want to go your book of life, so basically learn the elementary lesson, which is conscious astral travel. And during conscious astral travel, you try to visit your book of life. So the permanent atom of your book of life is on your pineal gland. Then there you can access your akasha or akashic record or the living book of life. Is there you can visit your past life, how many thousands of years ago, let's say 10,000 years ago, during the time of Lemuria, Atlantean, or during the time beyond that, 30,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago, half million years ago, 1 million years ago, even billions years ago, even from the time you are not yet on the physical planet, you are there in the astral dimension, talking with the councils of light, how you are going to prepare your lives for incarnation on the physical world, not necessarily on this planet, but in some other planet as well. So there are so many things that can make you enjoy your life, that you could really realize that your life is really blissful. That could make your life really blissful because it is there within your living book of life. Remember, it is there in your living book of life. And that the reason now we do not know it because we are being veiled with our spiritual awareness. So that's why we have our blinding ignorance. So why we have blinding ignorance and the people do have blinding ignorance and many human weaknesses, because this is physical world. The lessons of the physical world is overcoming, toppling down the blending ignorance and human weaknesses. So that's why these are all illusions, but we cannot underestimate the illusions of the world. Why? Because we are included in the illusion. So that's why we must go beyond, accelerating our consciousness from minor vibrational frequency into higher vibrational frequency. And this is the point now. We are in the Divine Healing Ministry of Dubukan. So, the Divine Healing Ministry of Dubukan, this is actually holistic art. Holistic art, we're in not the physical body. We are going to heal first, because what we need to heal first is our mind. Our mind, that the mind should not be blocked on its wisdom to discern the things which mostly matter in our lives, which is spiritual awareness. So that's why people, if you would ask me what is the solution of this world's problem now, virus, I only have one answer: inner cultivation. Why you do self-healing? Why I'm doing self-healing? Because by doing self-healing, you can heal whatever problem that you have. So that's why even you study the art of healing, you are a doctor, you are a nurse, you are in any of the medical profession. So you can perceive the objective part of the illness. Of course, it's okay because we can see it, the objective part. But then the subjective part, you yourself, you know what you feel in life. But then, for example, you have problem in your physical body. When you go to laboratory, then your laboratory is negative. There's no problem with your health because the negative, the examination through the laboratory is negative. But you yourself can feel, what do you feel what do you feel in your body? You feel something is wrong in your body. So what's the problem with that? So the problem is within, in the soul level. It is in the spiritual side. So that's why we cannot separate the physical and the spiritual. That's why it is called holistic. It is called holistic. So the mission of everyone, we light workers in the planet, our mission by this time is we are very specific with our mission to help the healing of life and nature. Why we need to help the healing of life? Because energy is expanding. If we are not able to align with higher vibrational frequency, the planet is now working with this transition. So we are misled along the way. We are misled along the way. So that's why so much depression now, suffering, and many victims of depressions, many victims of the different kinds of disorders, illnesses, bad lucks, and all those negative energies. So this is the point in time that the people should learn the education of inner cultivation. And there is a very practical lessons now we could get together to learn the lessons, which is art of life. So what is art of life? Art of life and or distraction. Why is it called art of life and or distraction? When you want to go in the art of life or in the positive side, okay, do your inner cultivation. But then if you want to lose the game of life, okay, forget it. That is still art of life. Forget that you have your spiritual responsibility. So that's why by this time it's just a matter of choice. It is just a matter of choice which you would, uh, which path in life that you should choose to walk your life. But then if you want to make your life victorious, okay, learn art of life. So it means to say, learn the art of survival. Learn the art of survival. Know yourself. Know thyself. So know thyself. How you are going to know yourself? Do it. Inner discovery. So in inner discovery, you have to open your energy centers, activate it, and before you can activate all your energy centers, you must have first powerful shielding. Of course, this is necessary. Do not forget it. You must have first your powerful shielding. Without powerful shielding, you might be a victim of negative psychic attacks because lingering in the surroundings are negative energies. Lingering in the surroundings are negative energies. Then these negative energies are very harmful. Just like, for example, the virus. The virus now, people are very threatened. People are very afraid of the virus. But if you have your inner cultivation, you cannot be afraid of the virus because you know that you are not susceptible with that virus. You have proven it already. Here in the city, because we don't have that kind of education, we are infected with dengue virus. That's because of one mosquito that bites you. But then if you are in the province, you do not even know that kind of virus. 1,000 mosquitoes that will eat you. The result is herbal. You will become energetic. No problem. You didn't even know there is a virus of dengue fever. Dengue virus. That causes dengue fever. You see the point? So that's why in the inner cultivation, there is no such a thing called virus. There is no such a thing called illness. There is no such a thing called bad lucks. Why? Because you are immune with that. And the living evidence for that is you are training yourself how to survive even without the usual food that people are eating by this time. You don't have food to eat, but there is nature. How could you be lack of food? Well, there is still nature in the surroundings. There is air, there is water. So it means to say you are really immune. Then you would say, what is our happiness? What's the meaning of life without enjoying the food? There is no food to eat. You still enjoy life because the very reason why the people are suffering so much depression, so much troubles, negative energies in the surroundings by this time, that's because the lack of education of the spiritual foundation, which is the most vital part of life's ascension from minor frequency into higher frequency, from minor dimension into higher dimension. So this is important lesson. So that's why there are so many things that we would talk about the holistic art that we are now undertaking to help the healing of life and nature. So this is the advocacy. The advocacy for everybody is everyone, you have your own spiritual responsibility. It's not my responsibility. It is not your leader's responsibility. But you yourself, you must have your own spiritual responsibility. And that responsibility is to give your life's true meaning, to make your life blissful, to make your life blissful, so to satisfy the needs of your soul. You cannot satisfy the needs of the souls of other people. Do not mind. Do not mind because it is not your responsibility. You yourself, you must satisfy the needs of your soul in the spiritual way. Then you can see that you cannot delete your spiritual responsibility to help the other people because there is not much reason why we have to gather every material that we have, every wealth that we need just to satisfy our soul, because whatever amount of effort that you are going to bestow for that reason, you cannot really satisfy your soul. In fact, you are expanding the burdens of your life. Because the most powerful and the most important now lesson that everyone should learn is balance, equilibrium. So equilibrium, do not make yourself spiritually bankrupt. Do not make also yourself materially bankrupt. And the way to do that is we must have the education in the holistic art. You must have the education in the holistic art. I must have the education of holistic art. So everyone must have the education of holistic art. And we cannot despise knowledge. We cannot despise wisdom because the time we do that, we will lose the opportunity to win life. We will lose the true opportunity for the final battle of life, which is to succeed. Which is to succeed. If you are in the religious side, which is to succeed eternal salvation. But if you are an atheist, for example, it is the same to satisfy the needs of your soul, to have harmony, to have peace and harmony in your surroundings, in your family, in your community, in the entire nation, and in the entire world, and in on heavens and in on earth. And that's the point. So that's why here is now the point. People would like to solve the problems of the world, and in fact, I read one of the questions how we are going to solve the problems of the world. No, do not aim to solve the problems of the world, because anyone that would like to solve the problems of the world, you cannot do that. That is beyond your capacity. It is beyond our capacity. In fact, anyone that would like to solve the problems of the world can cause even more problems of the world, because everyone has its own ideology, has its own principle in life. And the base for righteousness is things that we could not judge. That's why the only point now is we should walk our life by the light of wisdom, and we will make our life within the embrace of the Most High, within the embrace of the Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Super Light Angels. Okay, that's it. So our time is 5:15. So there is there is a question from Tiffany. So good GM, good day GM. How about those people who are doing cultivation but out of the modality of Dugukan? Do they still have powerful shielding and strong energy? Can they still fulfill their noble purpose in life? Thank you, GM. Okay, there are many models on how you are going to do your inner cultivation. And there are those modalities which are powerful also, which are powerful. But what I'm talking about now is the modality of the Supreme Superlight Angels, because this is the point now. Because there are many people around the world, billions of people around the world, and if we can work together as one to help the healing of life and nature, so knowledge we cannot despise, knowledge we cannot despise wisdom. So all knowledge that which are actually useful for your life. So that's it. So the people would know if this modality is good and if this modality is lacking. So it depends. It depends. So what we could say is that's why we should resort into inner discovery. There are so many modality. There are so many modalities. So depending upon your your physical profile, spiritual profile, that would fit your the exercise that would fit on your choice. So I'm talking about inner cultivation, shielding from the release of the Supreme Master of Wisdom and the divine regents, from the divine regents of the Most High, and any other system for cultivation, that would be also good. Yoga is good, Tai Chi is good, and many people benefited out of that system because it's quietly good, because those are inner cultivation. So there are many ways how we are going to perform our inner cultivation. And in the system of Dubukan, we are much very familiar because we have this spiritual spiritual mission. We have this given authority from the Most High to share very vital lessons for the entire humanity. So the lessons of Dugukan will supplement, will complement any other arts, and it can be integrated in any other arts. So that's why in the practice of Eskrima, for example, martial arts. So if it is based on external muscle energy, so bone energy, so we must also add inner cultivation of the Wukan. Inner cultivation of the Wukan is soft energy, drawing self without breaking it. Drawing self without breaking it. Then external force, muscle. So it means you have to use the power of your muscle. But this point now, you have to use the power of your energy. Soft energy, not much on the power of your muscle, because soft energy can break a stone. So soft energy can conquer a tougher opponent. Soft energy can kill viruses. Soft energy can heal whatever kinds of illness. And that is higher vital essence of nature. You see? Vital essence of nature. Okay, hello. From Matan, Chirel. Good day to you, GM. I understand that every soul has its own purpose. In our... Okay, ito sa ning tanawon. In our existence in this dimension, pagkataas aning pangutana ibat. Okay, ato lang lang basahon yapon. My question is, how can we help, or what can we do to do our part, especially today in time that the world is facing crisis because of the virus COVID-19? As I can see, negativity is increasing, and we could feel a deep calling to do our part. Does meditation help to send more energy to to many many people and the patient? Okay, yes, of course, meditation can help matan,
On the planet.
and meditation in the planet. Okay, is there an illness for the planet by this time? Okay, healing, because when you say healing, there is a sick someone, or the nature is sick by this time. So that's why we shall send healing. And light workers now in the world are doing meditation, healing of the entire planet. And that is good, because collective meditation, powerful vibrations joining together could help the expansion of positive energies. And mostly important, we can help if we can enlighten the people, we can enlighten the brothers and sisters to do their part in their cultivation, because it's difficult when you yourself, even how many numbers of practitioners doing meditation, then you keep meditation and sending positive energies for the people, then the people are there in the different vices, different cultivation of negative energies. So they are not cooperating. There is a formula actually: receive, align, and adapt. But then all those counters of energies, the negative activities, would counter also the positive energy. So that's why there is polarity by this time, the negative and the positive. So it must be enlightenment first, and we can help. We should enlighten first the rest, brothers and sisters, that this is what is needed now by this time. We have to resort into divine illumination, responding our divine calling, so that if you can change someone who is in the negative art or negative practice vices and all those negativities, then they will transform into positive vibrations, positive exercises. So that's it. You can influence, you can be serving as model to change, to make, to implement lifestyle change for your brothers and sisters. Okay, Ezekiel Yanto is also watching. Kat,
Kate Lauren.
Caitlin also watching. And okay, there's a question from Mayet. Good day, GM. What will happen to those people who don't know about the lessons in inner cultivation and holistic art? Okay, as I said, everybody by this time needs to learn holistic art. Without learning holistic art, so you are dependent with material support. You are depending your life on the material resources. But in the time of trials, for example, in time of scarcity, in time of war, then even because in time of difficulties, rich and poor is the same, they are equal. But the thing which are not equal is the art of survival. So by this time, everybody needs the art of survival. Not because we are anticipating that there are coming negative situations that will happen in the planet, but that is normal because there we cannot assure the situation the coming days would be difficult for the entire nation, for the entire planet, because anytime we cannot assure what's going on. Then the only reason why we have to resort into preparing our time, because preparing our lives, because to make us easier, we can survive, and to facilitate also our time, to facilitate also our blissful living in life in this planet. And there is divine guidance that we must resort into holistic art. That is divine guidance, but it is not compulsory. Everyone has the freedom of choice in life. Okay. Well, Financial Man. Hello, GM. Maayong hapon. Watching from Kaaraatan, chapter. Irish Bularin. Good day, GM. Talking about holistic art. Does this exist in the ancient times? And is this taught by spiritual teachers only? Okay. Since time is immemorial, inner cultivation is already existed until this time. So anything about inner cultivation, so it's already existing. So from the very beginning of time. So that's why if you notice, the ancient people have long lives during the time of the celestial masters. That's why they were called celestial masters, because they are practicing immortality. And in the religious side, that is called eternal life or salvation of life. But it is the practice for immortality. And another question from Pasita Gamutan. Okay, good day, GM. Okay, good day, GM. Watching you here in Kuwait. Okay, hi to Pasita and everyone there. Good day to you. Good day. I will just say good day or good evening or early dawn morning or good day to everyone. Marisol. Okay. Hello, GM. I'm truly grateful for the chance God has given me that I found you, Dugukan, and I started so sorry for the interruption. Someone is calling. Okay. I'll read it again. Deeper purpose of my life. Is there a question? I found, okay, I may be new in this group and doing my best to catch up the lessons, but everything I am learning excites me every day. There are new opportunities in life offering new lessons and experiences, and I conclude that spiritual foundation is very important and necessary in my life, especially to my family and loved ones in Canlaon, Negros Oriental. Yes, that's good. Yes, kisay nga na to. Yes, Marisol. Okay. Another question from Marjorie. Marjorie from Cagayan. Igmat Marjorie. Good PM. Good PM. Is there any specific gesture or activation only of the Akasha or Akashic Record Book of Life. Of course, there are 99 gestures very specific for that particular purpose. At least you can learn one of the gestures. Okay, from Marivic. Before become as an aspirant of Dugukan, I am already in the field of healing where I don't know where my knowledge of healing came from. Try Dugukan. I learned how to shield. It's just happened that well now I'm on the process of discovering things. Yes, of course. So it's there in the book of your life, Marivic, that you are a healer, and not only you are a healer, you can even do much bigger thing. And there are many things that you have learned in your previous lives. So that's why you are psychic. You're a psychic and you are very sensitive with energy. So that's why I go further. And mostly important is powerful shielding. It's not good when you do energy healing without powerful shielding because it's dangerous. It's always dangerous, and much things you should discover in yourself because there are so much to know deep within. Isigani. Okay, thank you, GM. And di ba doon naman to'y question si Engineer kagapon? Okay, GM, good day. If a certain practitioner cannot perform
From Marjorie.
from Marjorie cannot perform well the stances, movement, or gesture of Art of Life 172, does she can still receive a substantive energy from Supreme Superlight Angels or has a negative effects due to not performing well? Thanks. Okay. Okay, Igmat, if the practitioner is someone performing the art of life, then he cannot perform it well. It's okay. There's no negative side effect of that. He can still receive the bridging, the release of the Supreme Superlight Angels. No side effect. No side effect because this is the the grace or the blessings of the Most High in the most practical way. But it is much more substantive if you can perform it well because it's the same on martial arts. In martial arts, if you have your friction step training, for example, if you are if you are accurate, you can perform well the movement, so you are even more powerful. You are even more excellent because you can perform it well. So it is good if you can perform it well. So that's why everyday exercise, power of repetitions, you can master it. Okay. Yesterday's question from Engineer Kirby.
Imperial.
Okay. I'll read it first. Good afternoon, GM, Piram. This is Engineer Kirby. I'm still here. Okay. And I would like to raise a question about spiritualism. How is it possible for the negative energy psychic attacks manages to enter into my innermost self wherein I already have a powerful shielding which you have thought taught taught us as a Dugukan martial artist. Okay, innermost side of yourself, so the negative energy cannot penetrate in the innermost side. So there is no way that the negative energy can penetrate in your innermost side. Plus, you have the powerful shielding. So only sometimes if especially during the time you are emotional, you have problems that you feel that really bothered your heart, so it will give trouble of your mind. So that's why by let's say by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. So it's not negative psychic attacks. So but the you can perceive the energies are in the external side. So that's why there is a need to have peace and harmony within, because to have peace and harmony within, it will it will it will stimulate the vigor of your spirit, and vigor of spirit is very necessary. And the negative energies are in the surroundings. So that's why it is good that you learn your spiritual martial arts so that you can suppress those negative energies. Before, people are using divine words, mantra, but by this time, even without mantra, you can delete all those negative energies. So direct from your consciousness. But there is the need by this time that you have to connect your consciousness to the spiritual energy stations released from the Supreme Superlight angels. Because this is point of time, this is New Testament. It means to say the New Testament is like technology is now very advanced. Likewise, also the spiritual side is very advanced. Before, you have to pray longer prayers, but by this time is it is automatic, direct connection. But you must arrange first your life to be connected with the spiritual energy stations of the Supreme Superlight angels, and there are ways to do that. One of the ways is learn art of life. Second, perform the Wukan Lightship meditation. Third is stay in the site wherein there is spiritual energy stations of the Supreme Superlight angels, because that will help your activation. Mere presence of your physical body in that place is already an activation of your advanced divine connection. So that's why many time I notice when I see people having divine connection, star seeds people, I would invite them to visit in the site. They're in the site because in the site there is spiritual energy stations being bridged by the Supreme Master through the Supreme Triple Light angels. So there, mere presence of their physical body is already healing. Mere presence of their physical body is already an activation. Much more if they will do exercise of art of life. So this is more practical, more practical lessons, because there are questions also like these questions. What for in the case of disabled person? They cannot do stances of art of life. It's okay because there are the art of life having 72 lessons plus 29 lessons. So total of 101 lessons all in all. So
Angels.
it means to say, even if you are disabled but your soul is not disabled, you can still do your art of life, spiritual martial arts, star dance, movement, exercise, or angels contacts and connection. That's it, because the practical lessons are available. You only need to make a choice which gesture that would fit for your movement. You can perform it well. But then it's more advantage. It's much advantage if you can learn many lessons of the Bukan, because our oneness is with nature. And our oneness is with beyond nature. We humans in the planet, we are studying nature. Scientists are studying nature by this time and digging into the deeper side of nature. But in higher beings are creating nature. The Supreme Superlight Angels, the Moon, 100 Belhandrim angels as well, they are creating nature. So, you see the big difference? That's why they are very, very far in the evolution of life. We human beings are studying nature. The Supreme Superlight angels are creating nature. They are the co-creators of the supreme creation. And the advanced elemental beings, Monhan and Belhandrim angels, are far, very far advanced than the humans because they are immortals. So that's why I'm encouraging everyone to read the book of Dukukan. You can get the link of our book at our website, www.enercoredugukan.com. So check there, you can see the link of the book, then download it. Then before we end our conference here, I will kaingit-ngit naman dahil. Sige, antag naman. I will discuss two at least two paragraphs of the book. Yesterday we had discussed two paragraph of the book in chapter 1. So I have to begin also. I will continue the discussions of the book. I'm hoping as much as we have time to have online conference. I'm going to discuss the book. At least if we cannot finish discussing the book because there are so many things there in the book. So to get to know, so at least we have this short of discussion about the book of the Bukan. And as I said, I'm almost done with the book 2. Okay, if you have the copy of book 2, actually I am going to write 19 volumes of the book, including of the part of the book that I'm going to write is the light ship coding. Light ship coding, it means to say that is not for everybody, but those who can advance the lessons of the Bukan, you are okay when you have a copy of the light ship coding. Light ship coding is something like your final initiation to the Supreme Super Light Angels, something like that. Anyway, you will be having that information. I can give it information for about that book later on. Okay, uh, ab- I'll take topic from the book. So yesterday we have done two paragraph. Why do mysterious lights, the common people referred to as unidentified flying objects that look as if stars, so they are manifesting, so because for a very important reason. So to begin our journey on inner discovery, we will just focus on our attention first to these few things out of the thousands or millions of questions that people would like to know for answers that can satisfy the best of soul realization. Those are not stars that hover the skies. Okay, those are supreme superlight angels. Remember, those are supreme superlight angels getting closer to bridge the light of the Most High for the ascension of life, for the ascension of the people into higher dimension. So they are getting closer by this time, and they are visible with the naked eyes. And this is important by this time because as earlier as now, we need to be tuned up. We need to be guided, and we need to be activated with our advanced divine connection, because time will come when there is also re, revolution of science through advanced technology. It might be, not it might be, it would be difficult for anyone without spiritual activation to determine whether those mysterious lights manifesting us on the skies are supreme superlight angels or airborne technology, advanced technology. Because there is a point in this planet's experience that the science is really high on its higher level of revolution, on its higher level of activation. Today we can see airplanes with sounds, but there are already technologies that there are no sounds but airborne technology. There are invisible invisible airborne technologies, and not only that, many are very high, very advanced technology. So it is quite difficult for someone without divine connection, without activation from the supreme superlight angels, to determine that what are those lights manifesting on skies. Are they part of the spiritual foundation, or they are advanced technology? Anyway, I'll make it very clear, we are not against technology. In fact, we are enjoying technology, because if without technology we cannot do this live conference. You see the point? So we must experience that technology, but not up to the point that we will be controlled by technology. We must be the one to control that technology. Not we will be the one to be controlled by the technology. Why? Because that is the negative side. You look at your children now being now got crazy with playing crossfire. Many got crazy already, damaged their brain because of the radiation poisoning. So there is a need by this time to be activated on our advanced divine connection, because without doing that, time will come it's very difficult to ascend life. And even in spite of the divine intervention, the supreme heaven is releasing powerful energy to ascend the entire humanity from this minor frequency into higher frequency, into higher dimension. But those people could not align that kind of energy, and that would result into negative, and that will make and that will consummate the final judgment of the entire humanity, because people cannot align positive energy, so much powerful energy, super high energy. I will just describe it in that way, super high energy, because it is described even in the Bible. You read the Bible, we'll just borrow first the principle, the words of the Bible, that God is a consuming fire. In what way God becomes a consuming fire? Because God's light is even brighter than the sun. It can even burn up the fire of the sun. You just imagine how powerful the Most High is. And there is evidence that there is the Most High, because the angels of the Supreme Super Light angels, the Supreme Super Light heaven, are coming, getting closer for us, humans in the planet, for us to see that there is evidence of the Most High. So this is the point in time we should resort into the knowing, as earlier as now, what is spiritual and what is technology, so that we can experience the technology and enjoy the technology, but not up to the point that allowing technology to control us and or even damage the lives of the people by wrong management of life and nature. So that's it. That's my point. And that's even, in fact, that's the point of the angels of the Supreme Light, divine guidance from the Supreme Master. That must be shared with all the people, not only in our country, but in every country of the entire planet, even in some other planets. So, you see the point? Just kidding. Okay, we'll proceed. That is on the third paragraph of the book of the Dugukan, chapter 1. So, precisely, they are angels of the highest order of the Most High, the common people, which are the common people called God. So, regardless of what is the name of your God, I'm not talking about religion. So that's why I'll just describe it Most High, because Most High, that refers, you can call it the Most Infinite, you can call it Divine Mother Nature, Divine Mother Universe. It depends on you. We are in the holistic art, and the evidence of this principle, if we are in the holistic art, we cannot separate the reality of the universe. We cannot separate the reality of the entire cosmos. We cannot separate our inner from our physical body, because to do so, it is illegal, because nature does not allow itself, if you are going to do that. So here is an order of reality. The order of reality we're in, even you go against with the truth, but that is against the order of reality. There is no point in doing so, because you will fail on your aim to argue or to fight against the truth. So that's why you must have the truth. We must have the truth, because the truth will set us free. Okay? Okay. Here's another question. Good afternoon, GM. Nganong kinahanglan nga mag-practice of astral spiritual study? Okay, we'll get back later. Tomorrow I will try to discuss about astral spiritual study or advanced spiritual study, conscious astral travel, even up to the point to have a collective practice wherein we would say that, okay, tonight we'll go conscious astral travel. And here is the basic and advanced spiritual study. Anyway, in the advanced level, advanced spiritual study, when you can get in the connection of advanced spiritual study, we can still meet there. In the conscious astral travel, there are many good questions in the conscious astral travel. For example, why we do not see, if we agreed to go to the astral, you visit in the astral, then I'll visit in the astral, then we go together going into the astral, then we not why we cannot do it, then we are conscious that we are going to both, or we are going together in the astral. So why you cannot do that? Because there is a precise procedure for that. Anyway, we'll just go on deeper while we go along in this conference. Many things that we can talk, and I would like to share it to you, of course. Okay, Angelo, maayong hapon GM, watching from Karatan chapter. I feel very energized every day as we do the lessons. Okay, that's good too. Okay, lessons, Pelvis watching you live, giving us vital lessons. Salamat, GM. Okay, you see the time is so short, so you must we must anticipate time. That time is really short. Okay, good day, GM. Another question: how long the process of doing inner cultivation to cleanse up all negative energies and blockages, and to open inner study? Okay, you do it every day, because the process to cleanse up the negative energies, you can do it right away. For example, I'm contaminated with the negative energies by this time, so I'll just cleanse it, connect to the angels of the supreme light, then to read off, delete, and burn up the negative energies connecting my energy body, or to return these negative energies to the sender, or whatever title that you give to cleanse up your negative energies. So you can do it right away. But it is your cultivation. Here is the point: do your inner cultivation, because from time to time you do not know where, when you can have meet another negative energies that might be affecting your energy body. So when you can encounter negative energy at any time, so that's it. Yes, that's why you must have powerful shielding. Then if you feel that the negative energies is is causing you trouble, so you must cleanse it up, and you can do it right away, and depending also of the source. So that's why do it right away, and be aware of the negative energies in the surroundings, so that anytime there is negative energy, so you can repel it right away. Okay, go back to the book. So anyway, don't be confused with technology that hover also on sky, which sometimes also looks as if mysterious light over at long distance viewing, but they are not part of the mystery lights being referred. So let us get to know what light of absolute truth in the actual field of inner discovery. So, as I said, airborne technologies are not supreme superlight angels. There is big difference between spirituality and technology. Technology is not spirituality, and it cannot let you ascend into higher dimension. It cannot let you get inside different dimension, because when I'm talking about dimension beyond mortal physical, because technology is technology, but time will come. The technology is very advanced, so much as man advanced beyond imagination, because it is released from higher dimension. The scientists are do not confusing what to do. The scientists don't have pain of, or don't have headache what to discover about technology, because that is released from higher dimension. So from if it is released from higher dimension, because higher dimensions are advanced spirituality. So what we are going to do, and which side we are going to make a choice for the fact of our life that we must follow, is we must have to take the most powerful foundation in life, which is spiritual foundation, and we must not be trapped with material things, because material is temporary, and this is part of the lessons in this planet. But we must enjoy the material because we are not anti-material. We are pro-material. So this is to make it balance. So that's why we must resort into the knowledge and wisdom. Wisdom and knowledge. But we must always walk our lives in the light of wisdom, because by this point of time it is very necessary. Without wisdom, we are misled. Again, we'll just put it in our memory. Without wisdom, we are misled. Because when talking about wisdom, that is spiritual understanding. When talking about knowledge, we can learn knowledge from the book, from the experience that we gain every day. We read book, print, and non-print materials from the people around us, so we can get knowledge. We go to university or anywhere, the experience will teach us more about knowledge. Then wisdom, it is gift from heaven. That's why everyone needs the gift of heaven by this time. We cannot despise wisdom, because by this time the Supreme Master of Heaven, Supreme Master of Wisdom, Akadastar, Supreme Superlight or Superlight Body of the Most High, and the Supreme Superlight Angels are bridging divine radiance, are bridging light for us to receive here on earth, to receive the advanced energy, the advanced consciousness of the Most High. So this is the point in time that we must not waste our opportunity, but grab the opportunity. Learn your art of cultivation. Learn your art of survival. The art of survival is very simple by this time, because there are lessons which are very practical. Practical lessons, even 10 lessons of your art of life 172, you can memorize 10 lessons, even 3 lessons, or one lesson. If you can memorize one lesson, then meditation. But then what if here is another question, which I think important question. What if I do not learn any of the lessons or gestures of Dukan art of life? What would I do? Then I could connect the Supreme Superlight Angels, the Supreme Master of Wisdom in heaven. Okay, you'll just do it in this way. Connect to the Dukan inner cultivation for my meditation. Then perform your meditation. Whatever gesture or whatever position you are convenient with, you can do it. And our formula is thought follows energy. And here is another thing. As I perceive the energies from our brothers and sisters now, we're having different frequencies of energies. And I perceive there are really energies, stronger energies. So it means to say there are energies from our viewers by this time, stronger energies, and you must enhance that energy, because I'm pretty sure deep within you have much, you have much, you have much potential, wherein you can use that potential on your journey on this physical planet to fulfill your noble endeavor in life. But then if you don't have yet known your noble endeavor in life, the point is there is a necessary spiritual responsibility for each one of us that we must comply. We must respond. And that is to help the healing of life and nature, because there is no exempted with what is going on in the planet right now. Everybody will experience the ever-changing or the transition of energy from time to time. And people must be well enough, must be able to adapt the ever-changing transition of energy, because by failure to do so, it would mean energy imbalance. And when there is energy imbalance, that is the art of destruction, because illness, depression, sick, disorders, bad lucks, all those negative energies that people will experience. But we should be in the positive side. We can influence the positive to be shared with also with others, brothers and sisters, so that life is only blissful. If other people are experiencing negative energies but not to the rest people who are doing inner cultivation until the point in time that they are going also to begin their inner cultivation, because this is not the point in time. The point is we must resort into inner cultivation because that is what is needed by this time. Inner cultivation. So the best answer for the different problems in our lives now everyone is facing in the different ways is inner cultivation. Again, inner cultivation. So that's all, friends, brothers, and sisters. And I would like, okay, again, tomorrow the same time we'll be having this conference again. Then watch out for the program for our conference. So we'll be having conference in the inner side. So we can make it inner side conference. So stay at home, then do your inner cultivation and follow the guidance. We will be having our lessons during the conference. Okay, so right after this, you can proceed to your art of life or angels contact and connection.
Okay, comment you.
Okay, okay. Before we close this conference, I'll have to read one of the question from Marwin. Okay, Marwin. Hello po. Good afternoon po, GM. Watching again po here in Manila chapter. Okay, good afternoon. Good evening na ngayon. Good evening, Marwin. Okay, nice to see you here in our conference. Okay, another question from Engineer Kirby. Good afternoon, GM. Okay, 72. Thank you for all your effort, dedication, and your infinite love towards us. I am grateful to have known you as my spiritual GM. You made my life happier despite of the challenges or hardship that I have faced. Thank you for your teaching. Okay, you're welcome, engineer. You're always welcome. So that's why, and in fact, I'm glad that you're joining in the group because this is our oneness with all the stars. From Mujo, thank you, GM. Okay, thank you for everyone. And until the next time, proceed and we will do together collective doing exercise, angels contacts and connection.
Home base.
Home base exercise. Always Haliging Roslyn is reminding me home base because we are in the enhancement quarantine, and while we are in the enhancement quarantine we are also having enhancement energy cultivation. So good luck for everyone and heaven will bless you, positive energy, and we will be always blessed in life, and we are the victorious starseed life, starseed people in the world together with our brothers and sisters. Good luck, more power.